Guys, I just read a fantasy book. I don't read fantasy books. I can't usually read fantasy books. They don't usually work in my head. But I did and I loved it. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. That's how much I freaking loved this book. I don't know if I loved it so much and if I gave it 5 stars the reason why. If it was because it's so good, but for me, it was really freaking good. Because I don't have any other fantasy books to compare it to. I don't. But that's okay, because I'm glad this is the book that started. And I might not continue to read fantasy books, but I will continue to read her books. So about the book. It's a dark fantasy romance retelling of King Arthur. It's a why choose with multiple point of views and so many other tropes like these. Awesome, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. And here are some of the trigger warnings as well. Another thing I liked about this book, actually I loved about this book, is one of the reasons why I have a hard time with fantasy books, especially medieval books, is the way they talk and the way that the wording is just created. I understand it's supposed to take you into a different world, but it doesn't work for me. One thing I loved about this book is because of how she wrote it, they weren't speaking in a medieval language. There was every once in a while a different word, but I could figure it out. It's not like I had to reread a sentence multiple times to try to figure out what was going on, and that was too much work for me. I was able to breeze by through this book, and it was amazing, and I loved it. And this is the book. Release date's March 30th, and you can find it on Amazon and Kindle.